Okay. Hi, you guys. Is my crown like messed up? Ta-da! That's what my surprise was. I am your All-American Miss. So yeah, I actually use all that extra stuff that's up there. That's all my glasses, all my wine glasses I gotta get together. And everything else. I'm trying to get everything ready for me to get back into session. Get back into session. But I did want to show you guys, like, yay! I started off. Hold on, I'll be back. Okay. Because I told you guys that, I had entered into a pageant. I didn't get my the official crown and sash yet to go and compete, but it was like 20, 21, 20 days away. So I literally had to campaign with my integrity and the word of mouth. And thankfully, a lot of people know that I do great things and they can trust me. And yeah, they helped me during this process. I also wanted to get this time was a time for me to get closer to God. God had made the promise that I was going to be back into pageantry. I know people are like, dang, it wasn't that deep. But for me, it is deep. It's really connected to my life and connected to helping others. So, yeah, but I did start off with this crown, with this here. So this is the state crown for Indiana. And I actually was awarded two titles. So before I ended up winning this pageant, I was awarded um, Haiti International and Indiana Miss. So um, Indiana Miss is based off of single or not in your age division. So we had a Indiana, but she was a Mrs. and I think she was a Miss and a Mrs. and a woman in the women's division. So they didn't have one there, so I was able to take both slots and get awarded both slots. So the competition took place this Saturday, and I know you guys. I told you guys that I was going back to compete, and I had a surprise, and I finally said that I was going, to go ahead and compete. So I had to go and compete this weekend in Ocean City, Maryland. Oh my goodness, y'all, excuse me. Okay, so let me put it back down this way. And sorry about this. I have on my Nike shirt because I was actually going to jog, and yeah, so yeah, I need to get myself together. So I've been getting this together, but I was like, I had so much energy, I needed to run that off. So, anywho, um, I had to go to Ocean City, Maryland, and there I met a lot of the other contestants, along with the vendors. Some of the judges, I'm glad that I didn't speak to everyone right off the bat because they have this clause like you can't interact with the judges, but I didn't know that they were judges because they were in regular clothes. They were a little bit separate from us, but when we were having our break times, I would never try to stay with the crowd. I'd never try to stay with a crowd if I'm somewhere new, just because I like to get the authentic side of places. So I try to venture out and find locals. Locals meaning people who actually live in the area and find out what it is that they like to do because you can usually find things cheap and you find something greater for the buck. I mean, you really get the real experience when you're around someone who knows the area versus someone who is giving you um what is someone is paid for advertisements to say, oh, this is good, or what most people talk about, because if you lived anywhere, if you traveled anywhere, which I've traveled quite a bit of places, I know that the best places come from the locals, come from the people who are actually there. And they will tell you which ones is the best versus the ones that, might. And sometimes sometimes it's the same way. Some of the restaurants and places are the same way. People are advertised the best places on television or in a magazine, but a lot of the times it's not, and that way you can save some money. It takes a little bit. Sometimes it takes a little bit more time, but most of the times it doesn't. just find people local. So I was doing that. I was going around, you know, looking for locals just to find places to go. It's close. It was right by the ocean. We literally, the hotels were close to the ocean. You walk outside your door, you were at the ocean. Now, for me, as for me, my hotel, it was close to the ocean, but it was a hotel. I stayed in a motel, then there was another motel behind it. And the reason why I stayed at that one and not at the hotel where everyone else was at was because it was oversold. It was oversold, and the hotel is known for, its attractions and how it looks. And it was really, really nice. It was right by the ocean, but like I said, almost every hotel was right there on the boardwalk. Like, but the hotel they had, you literally walk onto the boardwalk. It was gorgeous. Um, so yeah, I went there. My first thing was to just see if I can get my feet wet back into pageantry. I have not been back into pageantry, even though I've been asked to do so. I haven't been into it for 7 years. So to me, that's like a virgin, a reborn virgin. Matter of fact, it's even worse because at least with someone who's new, you can really train them and they can learn it really quick. It's really easier to grasp things when you don't know anything about a subject. It's easier to learn a subject instead of to relearn something. Once you relearn it, it comes back in. So, um, yeah, so it was I was kind of nervous about that, but like I said, I wasn't coming to win. I didn't expect to win. I just went and I was like, I'm going to be myself. I'm going to go in and do what I possibly can and see if I really have it. So, went down there, met some great people, and then we went on and competed, and woohoo! Yeah, I won All American Miss. So um, I will have this title for 12 months, and I'm going to do my best to advertise. So the reason why I got on here, I just wanted to give an update because I did say my goal was to put God first. And I saw that every time when you put God first, He will order your steps. He made everything new. He made everything just so smooth, compared to me even competing in pageants before, where it seemed like I was just like, oh, pick me, pick me. It was just, at this time, it was just like, I am it. Like, I am. It was almost I am, you know. No matter what you say, I am. I am who I am. So I think that was the biggest thing for me, was walking into my authority, because um some people didn't acknowledge that when they were there. I saw a lot of contestants, some of the contestants that were even older than me, and older than I was, and had the experience and had the know-how, still had a little bit of self-doubt. And that's normal. That's in human nature. You're gonna have it. Um but sometimes we have to sit down and think about the things that we have overcome and conquered, you know so yeah, I definitely felt like once I got there, I was in the moment, except the first time. Except when I first got there, the first day. The first day I got there, and no, second day, I'm sorry. First day was orientation. I actually missed part of orientation because my flight was delayed. My flight was delayed. So I came in towards the end of orientation, and then we were doing Operation We Care, which is providing essential goods to troops overseas. So we get them like packs of noodles, um, toothbrushes, many things that they would think about, and just send them a little care note saying that we do care about them and things like that. So that was a good experience, especially for me, because living doing this anyway for my entire life, serving and doing community service work my entire life without having accolades or without anyone even looking. I know the importance of doing something for others when no one is looking, and when you feel like you're left out and you're left alone. Some of the people who are receiving the packages don't get packages from other people. So it was great for me, and it gave me an opportunity to say that you know what, even though these couple of minutes, it was only like 30 minutes tops for us to fill those boxes up because we're all moving really fast and we're going in a little choo-choo line. And it was like, you don't understand the power of 30 minutes with 30 something women together and gentlemen, and all help. You don't think about the power you can do with 30 people moving together with one mind, with one sound mind. So it really gave me that that good feeling, that spirit of saying like, okay, you make a difference because what you do dictates other people's lives. Me putting that those items in, the shaving cream, the razors, the popcorn, all those things. It seems the Pop Tarts, they seem like they're little things, y'all. I love me some Pop Tarts, so I know they maxing on them Pop Tarts. I'll be right there with y'all. And they had different flavors, but anywho, I was like, oh, they got a little snazzy with the different flavors. They got the flavors, and they had different flavored chapstick, y'all. Okay, anywho, so let me not get happy. So anywho, but I was like, the power of unity within those 30 minutes. You don't even think that those 30 minutes that you spent just changed somebody else's life, to say that they're over there by themselves, they're fighting for our country, and they're saying, somebody took some time to care for me and put this in a package, and to say, hey, you matter to me, when I feel like this was my only outlet to go out. Some people are like that, or they're serving our country, and everyone at home has gone away, has passed away. Look at COVID. COVID's been taking lives quicker than anything else out here. Like, so, um, yeah, it gave me a lot of inspiration and a lot of hope. Um, and it also gave me an eye opener to say that, because I would have never imagined in a million years that I would be back into the scenario. But God did give me a promise to say, tell me that I wasn't gonna be, when He gives me what He gives me, when He gives me this platform and the title back again, He's going to separate me from people who are trying to take advantage of me. There was a lot of people who was trying to use my gift that God had for me and not help develop it, but to crush it down. Now, there's still some people that are like that in my life. There's gonna always be some people that are like that around in the world. There's just gonna be those type of people. But God made it very clear to me before, like He was not gonna let anything um touch His anointing that He had on me, so that I can fulfill what He told me to do. So just going through it and seeing it firsthand, when I know I didn't even really have a way to even get there. I didn't really have everything just started falling into place. Like God ordered my steps. They were really ordained. When I say that, I really mean that. My steps are really truly ordered. So I was really, really grateful for that. And it made me relax, y'all. Like, it made me relax. It was just like, no matter what happened, I know that I finished, just going through and following through. I finished, and I came out and set out what I accomplished. My platform on this road was run the race, and it was basically talking about finishing and not giving up on your hopes and your dreams. And when things and obstacles come in your way, we have setbacks so many times, and it's like, you just sometimes you want to just give up. It's just overwhelming. It's situation on top of situation on top of situation on top of situation, and it's like, okay, when am I going to get a breath? When is it going to happen? But I am living proof. I am living proof that if you keep working and you keep working hard, things will get better. If you keep going, sometimes you can't run full force. Sometimes you have to crawl. I know with me, when I had cancer and I just got finished with that, like January 7th, literally, it took me a long time to get out the bed, y'all. Like, I cannot lie. Like, it took me so long. Usually I can just jump out of bed and be like, woo, like that. Y'all see my arms jiggling. I don't even care. I got the jiggle, jiggle, jiggles. But anywho, so it took me so long to get up out the bed, but I kept going. Like, I remember, I want to say around this time in November, I literally had to roll out of bed and sit on the floor. I didn't have enough energy. I didn't have enough energy to get up. I didn't have enough energy to go and, do my Zumbas and do my affirmations, to read and pray. I literally just kept saying, God help me. God help me. So when I say I'm living proof, I know it. So yeah, but I didn't come, like I said, I didn't come to win. I came to learn a lot about it. And I would just expected, I was like, hopefully once I get to understand and learn the system, because all systems are different, even though you're doing almost pageantry is almost the same thing because you're walking and things like that, but every system has a slight difference. So you want to see what their the system is all about that you're in, and then go about it that way. So I thought that I would go and learn more about the system and then try again the next year. Um, I was going to compete. Of course, I was going to compete this year, but I wasn't competing to win. I was competing to learn the system, to see the dynamics, to see the relations of how, the contestants worked with the directors, how the system flowed, things like that. And it's always good. I mean, sometimes I know this sounds kind of weird. Like, why would you go to a pageant and not expect to win? Um, there's a couple of good reasons, because at that time I really didn't feel like I was at my peak. I didn't really feel like I was at my peak. Now I did have a lot of progress that was going on. I made a great strides, especially with my health, public speaking, things like that. But I know, looking at myself previously before, I was like, okay, I'm not at the peak of my game. I'm competing against people who are a tad bit younger than I am, even though we're in the same age group. They're a little bit younger than I am. So, and at those age brackets, sometimes that makes a difference. Thankfully, look, thankfully, when I got into that arena and I actually went that day, it didn't show up as much. It did not show up as much. And I think the reason why it did not show up as much is because there were different age groups that were competing for different titles, different crowns and different titles. So, me having a 5-year difference from the other contestants, and even more for some of them, it didn't show up. And most people thought that I was younger anyway because I had a youthful face. Thanks be to God. Okay. So, um, that was the first, you know. Um, Yeah, what else did I do? Oh yeah, I forgot. I told you guys I was feeling down. I was feeling down because it was this one lady. I came the next day, after we finished packing up and doing operational care, all that other stuff. Um, we were getting ready to just take photos and I think practice or something like that. And it was this lady, and she's actually one of the directors of the pageant. And you do your research. Everyone does their research. If you're smart, you do your research. Okay, you need to know who your directors are. You need to know what the pageant is. What does it stand for? I don't give a care if you came in there 2 days late, 1 hour. You need to know what the pageant is, what it stands for, what is its motto, what is its main focus, what is it targeting, and see if it's working for you. If it's not, then why would you go? Because, like I said, all systems have different things. So, and you need to also know what they're grading you on, what the pageant consists of. I'll talk about that part later because that part makes a difference. Um, so, yeah, so she came in. No, I came and walked past her, and it was some other ladies, and they were like, "Oh, she's part of the pageant." Now, I didn't have my crown on. I didn't have my sash on. I was just walking through because I'm walking through the halls. I'm not trying to make a scene. My face is just like this. It's not made up, anything like that. Okay. I was going to go and check out the sun. I said I wasn't going to have any coffee during that week because I was already hyper. So I went and got a herbal tea. So the lady's like, "Oh, so you're with us. You're really pretty. Let's go take a picture together." Now I have on workout clothes. So I was saying, okay, I'm not ready. They have on their dress attire. They have pretty, well, not dress attire, but they have really pretty dresses on, like little spring summery dresses. And I have on workout clothes because we're getting to get ready to do our fitness routine, our opening number and our fitness routine. So um yeah, I was like, why would I go and take that? And I told her, oh, that's really nice, but I'm not ready. So this is what she literally said. She's like, what? You're supposed to be a pageant queen. You're always supposed to be ready. And she just like laid it out on me, y'all. Like when I say she laid it out, she really laid it out on me. And I was just like, okay, all right. And she's like, how do you think you're gonna ever win it? How do you ever think you're gonna make it if you ever do that? You're not gonna you pageant queens or something. And she was just going off, and I'm just sitting here like, oh wow, like she's really she's really going in. Like this is early in the morning. It's like 7 something, and we're supposed to be doing workouts. But I was just like, okay. And then I don't know. She said something. It was really, really snappy. And this is when I just went, okay. Like, so from that point on, I was just like, okay, my goal, honestly, is to get her to shut her mouth. Like, and what I'm going to do is, make sure that I probably won't win, but I'm going to try to win a category, and even if I don't win, I'm going to make sure that she never forgets my name and she never forgets my face. Okay? So that's all I was going for, because it was just like she was just laying in so hard. Now, granted, she is actually true. She's actually true. She's actually correct. When you step out, you're supposed to be boom, A1 from day one. You have to be out, because there's always someone that's going to be looking at you. There's always someone that is they got their eyes on you. They're always watching. Okay, so that's what you learn. Pageant 101, pageantry 101. So I didn't at that point, I didn't get upset with that. The reason why I got upset is that, let me see, because it looks like a little blood, y'all. There we go. So the thing that really got me was when she literally was just going in, and she was just like, how do you think you can win? Blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. So that just snapped me out of my whole, maybe I shouldn't be here. Maybe because I literally was doubting it. Um, I left my, no, thank goodness I had on like some things that can blend into business wear. But I left some of my business wear. I had um, my interview outfit. I have some of my other outfits, but I left literally two outfits at home. So I didn't know that I left the other one at home. I knew that I left the first orientation outfit because I was rushing, and yeah. So in my flight, I don't know why people was not trying to pick me up. Then I had to get an Uber, and y'all, it was a struggle. So, and I live 30 minutes away from the airport. I had everything planned, but it just last minute everything crumbled. So, which that's okay. That's when God works, for his best when you are out the way. So, anywho, that's what just snapped me into it. So I was like, the two things that I know I can do good in is maybe my outfit, my costume, and for sure my talent. Like I've been singing since I was like 3 years old, traveling, singing background for people. So I was like, that was effortless. Tell me why, y'all. Tell me why I flopped on my freaking. I flopped uh on the song because the DJ could not get my MP4 downloaded. He couldn't open it. When I transferred it to an MP3, he could not download it. My CD was not playing for him. So I literally had to take my phone and put it on there. And it seemed like the mic was going when he was playing it. When I was playing it from my phone, it seemed like the mic was going up and down, so I could not hear the music. So I'm trying to follow the music and sing at the same time, trying to hear the music and stay on the same beat, stay on the same key, and listen to the music instead of me just turning it off and singing a cappella. Like, I didn't think about it until afterwards. So literally, I literally kind of flopped on there. But a lot of people knew that I could sing because they heard my voice as they were. So they knew it was a lot of technicals. But those technicals make a huge difference when you're competing against people who know how to sing or who got a talent, who know how to do it well. I mean, every little point counts, okay? Every single point counts. And not to mention, y'all, I'm gonna have to do a whole video on this woman, okay? She was phenomenal. And she won the Royal Cream. So she got the highest score out of everybody, out of every single category. And I was like, I need to go see my scores because I literally want to see my scores because I'm that type of person. Um, but anywho, she works for Say Yes to the Dress. You know, the New York designer, that the bridal shop that's in New York, and she's from New York, and she works there. So all her dresses, y'all, there was no way that anyone was going to win out of those dresses. It was only one person who beat her in a dress in the evening wear, and that was another lady. She was an older lady, but her dress was it was very beautiful, but it was extremely expensive. Um, extremely expensive, and it was by a huge name, no name designer. So I knew that I was out the ballpark with that, but I know pageantry and I know how to walk. Oh, okay, so it's saying that the battery is running low, so I'm going to try to charge. Give me 1 second and I'm going to get the charger. Okay. Okay, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Okay. Now I think we're a little bit better. Now I think we're a little bit better. Okay. So what I was saying. Back to the schedule. Scheduling. Regular schedule programming. Okay, so the lady had a freaking Say Yes to the Dress. All her dresses were like that, even her fun wear. So we kind of knew right then it was kind of off game. And plus, she was very gorgeous, very gorgeous. She was really really sweet too. Um, and it was so crazy because this was her second pageant in her entire life. She was from Italy. Beautiful, beautiful. But anywho, that's not gonna stop me because everybody is beautiful in their own right and they got their own things. You got to stay focused on what you're good at, and what I'm good at is walking. I'm good at bringing attention to me. I'm very good at being poised, and like I said, I can walk. I can walk. I can speak, and I can walk. Um, so she did also beat me in the interview, but it was only by one. So hey, with that, I'm gonna say okay, that was good because I literally felt like I did a really not so good time because I started crying when they asked me what was my greatest accomplishment, which I started talking about me overcoming cancer, intestinal cancer, and how you have to ring the bell. And, I got a little bit emotional and I was just like, I could not grasp myself back together. I tried to, but it still wasn't enough time to grasp it back. So, still okay with that. But yeah, I knew, like I said, I wasn't going to have an opportunity to um, compete that way as far as dresses and things like that. And plus, even though my dress was pretty, it was kind of a dress that fit me. It was a nice dress. It was yellow. Yellow looks really good on my skin. Looks very good on my skin. So if you guys do see it, you can look it at allamericanpageants.com and you'll see my face there. Sometimes they pronounce my name a little wrong and spell it. They spell it as Bella instead of Belle, but Belle and Bella means the same thing. One is French. Belle is French because I'm Haitian, and the other is Italian. So yeah, but yeah, 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 yeah. Um, yeah. So you'll see me on there. Like I said, I knew how to walk. I know how to bring attention to me. I know how to grasp the audience. Once I go through, have that confidence as far as walking, walking and public speaking, and just I really just was being myself. I just got to the point was like either it's me or it's me, and I didn't want it at this point in my life. I didn't want to fake anything. Yeah, I didn't want to fake anything at all. I didn't want to fake why I was there. I didn't want to fake, that God allowed me to be there. I didn't want to fake it like I did it by myself. I didn't want to all this. Like I said, I came for a reason, and that's what happened. So I ended up winning. So I really, like I said, I didn't think I was gonna win. And it was younger people, it was all that, but God allowed it and saw it to be fit. So here I am. What else? Um, what else happened at the pageant? There was some people with like they had beautiful gifts. One lady, excuse me. Oh, I'm so sorry. One lady, she could like dance. I knew she could because she was stretching it. She was like so tall, and she's so lean, but she could. I mean, she was just stretching. She was all over the place. Um, there was another lady. She could really sing country music. Like it was really, really, really good. Like how some people can sing country songs and they sound good, but if they sing something else, they don't. She had a voice where you could just like she could sing. You could tell that she could sing different genres. Like she really had a voice. Like it was really good. Um, yeah. Then we had a baton twirler. Um, yeah, I said a baton twirler. Dun, 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 dun. Had that. We had a couple of different things. You guys can still see it on Pageant Planet. Um, a lot of the video clips are still being uploaded. Um, what else? Uh, some of the other things that I had to do. Oh yeah, I can tell you about the rehearsals. It was so tough for me sometimes because I had to be earlier. I was the first person at rehearsals, and the reason why I was the first person at rehearsals is because I literally was the only contestant that had to go to another hotel because I was the last one to be offered a title to actually have a title to compete. So I told you guys I was there only 21 days. I had to make my costume in 21 days. I had to make my outfits. I had to find things. And for me, because I wear a size 10, but since I have large breasts, y'all, like my outfits usually have to go this way. But since I had cancer, it's kind of like a box. It's more like a box. So it's a little bit better. But at the same time, it was hard because if I get it a bigger size, I had to get it snipped in. I always had to get it snipped in, and it was huge snips. Like, or they would try to offer me like ways of opening up the top a little bit more, which would be like a different fabric. So that's why I had to go with this dress that the dress that I went with. Um, and plus it was a little bit cheaper. A little bit cheaper. Because I ain't got that money. I don't have that money. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Don't even try to front. Um, so yeah, but overall it was a good pageant. It was a good experience. Like I said, it was the boardwalk, the beach. It reminded me of being at home in Lake Michigan or just being in Haiti, being off the coast. It was really, really nice. They had a lot of flooding towards the last day, and I couldn't really get out. I had to get redirected and all this other stuff. But all in all, it was still good. After that, I had the crown, so it was worth it. Um, what else? Oh yeah, I did get. I went to a couple of places. They had like steamed crabs and things like that, and you can like have a bucket of them for like $4. Like it was like hot dog prices out there, of course, because you're right there on the ocean. So of course you're gonna be able to get all these different things. They have these little tiki shops where you could be on. They made this. a restaurant on the island, so you would have to walk on this peninsula all the way down into the middle of the ocean, and the thing was around it. It was so pretty. It was so beautiful. Um, I don't know. Maybe if I can go and get some of those pictures, I can try to upload them and see what happens. Um, what else? Uh, I think that's about it. I met some really friendly people, some other people who were um some friendly people. Most of them were friendly overall. And I've met some people that were really, really nice and really genuine, and that was cool too. Um, in that aspect, I really, like I said, I don't look for that when I look into pageantry, because you're gonna have um, in pageantry and in anything else dealing with competition, you're gonna have some kind of I won't say cattiness, but you'll see some not so okay. But I will say, based off the competitions that I've been to, this competition, this program has been the easiest as far as people getting along. They were more motivated, and they promoted that. They truly promoted it. Like, not to say, oh yeah, well, we're all a sisterhood and we do this, and then you go there and it's like it's a sisterhood for this clique and that clique and there, and everyone makes their own groups. That's psychology. That's the way that we live. But all in all, most people all gathered together. Everybody gathered together. So I would say that that was one of the main focal points that I really liked about this pageant, because they really stood behind that, about behind the togetherness and all of that. So, and I can definitely see why people can come back and try to come and be more eager to compete again and again and again, and go into different brackets, even when they get older, go into different brackets. Um, so yeah. What else? I told you guys about my platform. Um, I haven't spoken to my mom yet. I really didn't get to tell. I told one of my aunts, which if you tell one of the two of my youngest aunts on my mother's side, you told the whole family. Just know that, because they're like the fires. Like, one acts as if they don't do this, and the other one doesn't care. They just go and they tell everything. So I knew that part. So I was like, at least I got that out the way. I didn't really have to go in and and open, and that way the people who want to know will know, and the people who don't care, I won't have the I won't have to waste any time to explain, or say go for our time. So yeah. So yeah, that was about it with that one. Um, I think that's about it. Um, I'm going to get off of here because I need to get myself ready, get my dog ready. Get my dog ready, and to um, finish with the new year and planning my dates. So, oh, excuse me. So yeah, I'm gonna get off of here. Hopefully, after that, go to sleep, because it is 7 o'clock, almost 8 o'clock. My bedtime is at 9. So, oh yeah, we were up at that pageant so late. I was so ready to go to sleep, y'all. So ready. But anyhow, I'm gonna get off here. Hopefully, something I said and done will help you on your journey. Please stay tuned to Journey to Jerusalem. Bye.